everyone. How do you feel about that?
I love that intro.
Right?
It's really cool.
I know. I always feel like now I should warn people before it comes up because they don't really realize that we have our own sort of like theme song. It's Vienna made it. Well, you guys, that's it. It's not the moment. It's Hot Minute. I'm here. I'm Meredith Lynch. I'm here with my friend Macey Isaacs. I'm excited to have her here today. Y'all, Macey is originally from Austin, which is going to come in very handy later. She studied at the Groundlings and is nationally touring stand-up comedian. She's performed in festivals like Netflix is a Joke, Laughing Skull, Flyover, Limestone, Boston. Oh, wait, how am I saying these wrong and right at the same time?
You also can just breeze through it. I just kind of copied and pasted. Just kind of.
Well, I feel like I also want to say that you co-host the mental health and comedy podcast, SSRI I'm Okay. And you navigate discussions about mental health topics with expert guests and comedians. In 2025, her Don't Tell comedy special, How I Lost My Teeth, and her Dry Bar comedy special, Half Sister, both dropped. You guys, no affiliation to the Dry Bar.
No.
Macey let me know that the hard way because she did tell me she had to pay for her blowout.
Yeah, I got no deal.
Yeah.
No deal.
But you have a podcast.
Yes, and it's called SSR I'm Okay as of right now, if you're watching. Okay. We are rebranding it to That's Our Time. It's going to be called That's Our Time, which I really enjoy. And because it's TOT as an abbreviation, I like taught. So, yeah, that's going to be because a lot of people couldn't understand the SSR I'm Okay. So, fine. So now it's going to be called That's Our Time. So still you can find us with SSR I'm Okay today, but then in the next couple of weeks, we're going to update and it'll be rebranded.
That's exciting. I like that. What are you going to call your listeners now?
We could never really come up with something before, but now I think they're tots.
Yeah.
Or like so little tot or tater tots or
toddies.
Toddies.
Like you could, like when they're being sassy, you could call them hot toddies.
Hot toddies. I thought about that.
I just feel like the possibilities are endless.
They are. So I just like this is a better direction for everyone.
Yeah. I also enjoy the new title because God, when the therapist takes out the like their schedule and puts it on their lap to like all right.
Heartbreaking.
Producer Vienna is saying that you can also put people in timeout too.
Like that's what we can do to our listeners.
Yeah, or like,
I like that.
Maybe you have somebody who you're like, we need to give them a timeout.
Oh, maybe, I see.
Maybe they're using too much therapy speak. Maybe you need to tell them to. I don't know. Is it ethical to tell? That's an interesting thing. Is it ethical to tell someone that they need to go to therapy?
So what's beautiful about this podcast is I can kind of get away with what I want because my co-host is there. He's a psychiatrist, but I'm kind of leading the conversation from now on. And so he listens, he's taking notes. And then like halfway through, he chimes in and is like, okay, this is what Macey did wrong and she shouldn't have said and that kind of thing. So, and also we're going with it where we only have 50 minutes. So it's like, I don't care if you brought up at the very end what happened to you really in your childhood. I mean, that's our time.
I know that is the thing. And I've heard that I feel like TikTok has really shown me that that's like an actual thing that people do is they like dump the most traumatizing thing just as the appointment's ending. And once I saw that, I did realize I am guilty of that.
We all are because also it sometimes takes 50 minutes to get warmed up to it.
I know.
I think it feels safer to like dump and leave.
And then leave, yeah.
But also you can't just Yes.
Nordstrom's in Century City. I'm like, listen, let's get the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
Don't act like you guys haven't pooped at the Nordstrom in Century City.
That's it. I was thinking I'm going to say that's an interesting pick because you have really good strength because like bowel strength, because if you're going to park there, like this isn't an emergency situation. You're planning this to go It's how I feel. If you're planning to use the restroom at Nordstrom, because if it's an emergency situation, you have to park and then
Right.
go up. Yeah.
And it's like a validated, you have to get the ticket. Like Century City is a production. I'll say
Yeah.
like mall poop usually happens for me like while I'm at the mall, right?
Oh,
Like
because you're moving.
yeah, and like maybe you got an iced coffee and like,
Mhm.
I'm being hit with like perfume and dopamine and clothes
Yeah.
I can't afford. And then
Mhm.
it's like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go do some damage in the shoe department, but not the kind that you guys think I'm gonna do. It actually is a very nice bathroom. Also, the Bloomingdale's
Mhm.
bathroom, guys, it's kind of backed by Oscar de la Renta. If you want another good bathroom, that one's pretty good. Um, and yeah, so
How do you feel about Nordstrom Cafe?
I went there recently with
Mhm.
friend of the show, friend in real life, Molly McAleer, and I had a great time. How do you feel about Nordstrom
I love
Cafe?
a Nordstrom Cafe. It feels like home.
I know. It's kind of like a less chaotic Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And obviously less choices. Uh,
Right.
and yeah, it's I love to just get like a cup of soup. I get like
Yeah.
tomato soup, Caesar salad, iced tea.
Yes.
You know, I'm set.
I don't know that I'm seeing enough tomato soup here in Los Angeles.
You're not. That's because you're not.
And
It's
that
it's a lost art.
like a good tomato soup with like a nice sort of ratio of cream.
Mm-hmm.
That fucking hits. Well, I'm so
Mm-hmm.
glad I have you here and that we can talk about chains that we know and love
Yeah.
because the first thing I want to talk to you about, I'm calling this new segment, I invented it just for Macey. It's called Local Perspective. Because Macey, first of all, you are from Austin, Texas.
Uh-huh.
So you do have some stake in the mothership, I think.
I built it actually. It was like a sort of a Habitat for Humanity thing. If we're from Austin, we were there and I put up some tile and stuff. Yeah.
And if people aren't familiar, the Mothership is a comedy club that Joe Rogan owns that's in Austin that I've actually heard like people say is great. Like
I
I'm
have
not
too. I still haven't been.
yeah, I'm not here to like be like, don't go to the comedy
Mhm.
Mothership. I'm just saying but it is owned by Joe Rogan. But I guess my question for you is like you actually grew up in Austin. And so
Right.
like now Austin is like this like scene, right?
Mhm.
In a way that it wasn't when you were probably a kid, or maybe like, I don't know, when you're a kid, do you know that something's a scene? I don't know. But like, what would you say people who like move to Austin now or like just hear Austin as like a descriptor don't know about it?
It really always felt like a small town growing up there, and
Mhm,
we always felt like the little guy. Like we knew we were the capital,
mhm.
but Houston and Dallas were always the big ones.
Yep.
So it was like, I mean, we didn't have a Neiman Marcus. I mean, I can't remember what year Neiman Marcus came, but I remember when we got a Nordstrom and it was like, oh my God. Like before you'd have to drive to Dallas or Houston to go to Nordstrom.
Right.
Like that's how little we were. And
Yes.
it was also just very like grungy. Not in the I grew up in the Westlake area, which was not grungy, but if you went downtown or anything, it was like very and there was this I just thought because I was just in Austin not long ago, and there was this drag. I mean, at the time we did not call him a drag queen,
Mhm.
but
Sure. Yep.
um
There was other
I
yeah, that was a
but he
different
was
time.
like he was like beloved,
Yeah.
and his name was Leslie, and you would just see him. He was like a local celebrity and everyone loved him, and he ended up getting sick, and like the city, especially I think one person like paid for all of his medical bills or whatever, but he was just like this uh sort of mascot of Austin, and unofficial, and like
Yeah.
that's just like so not what it is today. Like now I feel like
Yeah.
I did a show in like last December, and it used to keep Austin weird was the thing. That's just
Mhm.
what it's known for. And I mentioned something on stage about that. And there was this girl in the front and she started laughing, but like at the wrong part. And I was like, wait, what? And I go, what? And she was like, oh, Keep Austin Weird is so 15 years ago. And I was like, that is heartbreaking.
Right?
Like that is, and so it kind of goes honestly with the story that you're gonna, it's like
Yeah,
this is the direction, and it's sad.
I know. And I guess like Keep Austin Weird does kind of have that connotation to me of like, it's almost like a precursor to We Did a Thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's
Mm-hmm.
something about that phrase that was so like 2008.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and people like, for all our crazed Gen Alpha fans, like people would say it all the time. They'd be like, keep Austin weird because it was
Yeah.
supposed to be like place where, it was. What do you think is Austin? I don't even know that there is a place now that is comparable to Austin. Like we probably don't even know about it.
Of how it used to be.
Yeah, like is there
Yeah.
a place that feels kind of like hipster, but it's like not known yet? I think so. What I think we should do is we should just start taking like random cities that no one thinks
Mm-hmm.
like as being cool, and then like we just make them the new Austin, which actually is terrible because now Meredith's just advocating for gentrification.
Well, light. You don't want to.
Yeah,
You're doing a light gentrification. No, well, Asheville. I've heard. I haven't been there, but I feel like Asheville is supposed to be
that's a
kind of
good
like
one.
that.
Hmm.
Because I think also you want something that's liberal. What was cool about Austin was it was in a red state,
Right.
but it was liberal. So it was that kind of made it a unique experience as well.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll just get right into it. I have a
Yeah.
headline that I need your perspective on because the locals in Austin are really just going through it. Vienna's going to throw
Mm-hmm.
this up first. I found this article yesterday when researching things in Austin. And I first of all, it's some. I love the title of this headline because some
It took me a
Alamo
second.
yeah, fans say they won't return after cinema announces mobile order shift. First of all, love a headline that starts with the word some.
I love that too. That's old
Like,
Austin.
right? And so, first of all, can you walk me through? Because living in Massachusetts, we did not have Alamo Draft House. What
Mm-hmm.
is the Alamo Draft House?
So Alamo Draft House is really special because it now it's very normal to have a dine-in theater. Like we're all
Sure.
used to that now. But I feel like we had that with Alamo before anyone. So like I remember when my husband took me on when we just first started dating so many years ago, and he took me to like an AMC dine-in, and he was so excited. He was like, you can't believe it. This was 2013. He was like, you can't believe it. You can eat and watch a movie. And I'm like, right. And I was like, I've been doing this my whole life. Like it's not at the Alamo Draft House. So that is kind of what is really cool. It's also cool because like you can get queso, you can get kind of like just
It's
like
not just
fun
like chicken
food.
tenders. Is it like
Exactly.
okay? Okay, how do you feel about a dine-in movie experience? Yay or nay?
Wow, I didn't know I would be so conflicted by this question. I'm going to say yay, but I also think that there's something beautiful about not complicating the movie experience with your food.
Like
The,
to
yeah.
me, yeah, like the popcorn of it all, I think I'm okay with it. Like even though so you know what? It's kind of like it's sort of like how Joe Biden approaches abortion. Like he
Mm,
says, not for me, which I'd say, well, Joe,
yeah.
that kind of makes sense. But like I don't need to do it, but if somebody else wants to do it, go right ahead. That's how I
What
feel about a movie.
now I think so that's how you think about it with Joe, but what was it that I would think of it how Bill Clinton thinks of abortion. I think of a dine-in movie, which is, rare. It was like rare but important. We're gonna have to look that up. It's like rare but important,
Vienna, we can
which
get that in the
yeah,
chat.
because
Yeah,
there are times where you're starving and you
I
know what I
know.
mean? And so it's
Yeah.
like you didn't have time to eat before. So it's like it's really crucial because if you eat an extra large tub of popcorn, you will get sick
Well,
on
that's
an
the
empty
other thing
stomach.
too. Yeah, and then sometimes you get out of the movie and you're like, "Oh my, it's like 9:15, like, I
Hmm.
don't know, where are we gonna go? The Nordstrom cafes, they're closing down."
They're
Um,
closed. I'm full of popcorn, but I have had no
yeah,
protein.
Right. So I do get it. Vienna has dropped in the chat. You know what, Macy, I'm gonna let you read it.
It's Bill Clinton said abortion should be safe, legal, and rare. And that is how I feel about the cinema dine-in experience. They should be safe, legal, and rare. You should only eat at a dine-in movie if you're really hungry and it's there as an option. But it needs to be an option for people. I don't want to take away dine-in movie experiences. But if it is going to be a dine-in movie experience, it does have to be safe. It needs to be a real kitchen. You know what I'm saying? I don't want somebody just heating up something frozen.
Right.
So,
like,
yeah.
That, and I think that's also too the issue with the dine-in movie is that like it's also the quality of the food. But what's happening in Austin is that some fans of the Alamo Draft are just really in a full-scale revolt because they announced that they're going to eliminate the pen and paper food ordering system and require moviegoers to order exclusively through their phones starting in February, a change that has sparked backlash from longtime fans and undercuts the theater's famously strict no phone policy. Okay, first of all, I have a question. Like, what's happened? Like, I kind of thought all theaters were a no phone policy. Is there something happening at the Alamo Draft House that's more severe?
That's a great question. I probably haven't been in a few years, so I don't know what's changed. I don't know. There's no way they're like, what's it called? Like when you go to comedy clubs.
Yeah.
There's no way they're doing that.
That like little pocket. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. My guess is maybe it's just like more people are more like judgy of it if you take your phone out. So I think this goes against everything they stand for. I think this is a horrible mistake.
I don't disagree, but I do have another question. How were we ordering the food before? So, like, were you getting a waiter coming up to you?
Yeah, and they take the paper.
Staff? Okay. They would they'd grab a paper from you.
Which is really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least that's how I remember it.
Yeah, no. I was thinking like somebody was coming up to you with like a little flip book being like, okay, how you doing? And I was like, that kind of disrupts the movie experience, but now I see. So how do you, I know this is exactly why people follow me. How do you communicate in the dark of the theater that you have a piece of paper that's completed? Like
there has to be a way. I think there's like a little slot you put it in.
Okay.
When you're finished with it. Okay. And it always seemed very streamlined. There was no need to, and like there's a little light, like you can write what you want. And I feel like that way no one's, you know what though? Maybe people's handwriting got so bad that they're like, no more. We can't read what you're saying. That's actually a possibility because I don't know if you've seen Gen Z try to write.
No. Actually,
it's not good.
They've been sending it directly to the house.
Okay. Well, do they write handwrite or is it a type situation?
No, they're writing it. They're cutting up magazines and like,
so you can't tell. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. And also what I was just thinking is like, and this is not an attack on the allergy community, but people have so many dietary restrictions now that I feel like maybe sometimes for mobile ordering, it's easier to just have like, no this, no that, etc. And so then you're getting like soliloquies written on these pieces of paper, like, oh, since 4th grade, I couldn't have dairy. And now I like, yeah.
Yeah, but it's so easy to just write dairy free.
It is easy, but like, boomers. Yeah. We'll get to boomers in a minute. Vienna's saying this is the old system. Customers wrote down orders on provided paper menus. They pressed a button to signal staff and servers collected the paper order. Yeah. This is apparently a very complex system for Meredith to handle. But the backlash has been truly unprecedented, Macy. I want to read you some of the things that folks are saying. The company, said that they expect they might have to fine tune it, but in the meantime, fans are responding with Alamo hunger strike.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Like, how much food were you going and getting at the movie theater? That's the other question.
Right.
Also, it does feel like this is kind of our chance to like not be political, and not that we can't be, but like, I don't know, in a world where like there's just some really tough shit, being like, I'm gonna have
Yeah. Hunger
it just
strike.
not that we can't make jokes, okay? You guys, like, calm down. But there's something that feels like, Macey, you're a working comic. You get paid the big bucks for it. Is Alamo hunger strike funny?
A little bit.
A little bit? Okay.
I think it's a little funny. I mean, it's ridiculous, and I completely understand. But I also don't know Alamo hunger strike. If I didn't know about this, so if I saw that headline, I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, they're not feeding people at the Alamo in San Antonio." I'm thinking now people are going to the Alamo and there's no cafeteria, which I don't even know if there is. Now that's an Alamo hunger strike. So I don't know. I think it's confusing. So it's a little funny, but it's not, maybe it's not clear enough.
You're right. And like, it's like you need Draft House, but then it gets a little clunky.
Too clunky.
So these are some of the other reactions that fans have expressed on social media. I emailed my local theater and told them I will never go back if they go through with this. And I mean it, wrote one Reddit user. Is this somebody you went to high school with, Macey? I just feel like it has to be.
Oh,
like,
that one was me.
Oh, okay. I knew it.
Yeah, that one was me. It kind of makes me think of the whole Southwest thing. Southwest, is recent now. I think there's only like a couple more weeks and then they're going to assign your seats.
Yeah.
It seems like a very similar, like there are people that are so tried and true to Southwest and the Alamo Draft House. And honestly, probably a lot of overlap. And they're not going to be happy. It's too much change.
It's funny. Like, I feel like whoever wrote this, like the manager of the local theater got that email and they're like, oh, thank God. We've been trying to get rid of this motherfucker for years.
Absolutely. AMC's like, we're back in.
Right?
Heartbreak feels good.
Some fans say they might cancel their season pass, and a petition is also circulating online to stop the shift to mobile ordering. As of Tuesday morning, it had 830 verified signatures. I love the way people can mobilize when it comes to shit like this. But we'll just have to wait and see. This is a wait and see situation.
Yeah.
I think I feel for both parties involved.
I think I also feel just bad for older people. Like, we're really just making everything hard for older people.
Yes. So they did say if you don't have a phone, they will have someone at the theater a greeter who will be able to help you.
Write down on a piece of paper, probably.
Exactly.
So now we've got mixed media.
The circular logic, and we're just back at the very beginning with Macey in like the 9th grade at the Alamo Draft House.
Yeah.
Speaking of 9th grade, I want to show you something. I want to play a video for you. As you know, I do love the internet. I do love my phone. And I have a person that I've recently found on here that I'm fucking fascinated with. So I want to show you. His name's Owen Stubenfeld. I think that's his name. So Vienna's going to go ahead and play a clip of Owen. Owen Stubeline.
Okay.
Here we go.
Hooked up with the girl last night while drunk at a party.
We might have to restart it.
You know me. You know I don't do that. I hooked up with the girl last night while drunk at a party. Psych. You know me. You know I don't do that. Getting drunk at a party and getting with a girl is not cool, my guy. Lock in, bro. God bless.
And we're going to play one more clip of Owen because I am.
Well, I didn't hear it. Did you hear that?
Oh, you hear it? You didn't hear it?
No.
Uh-oh. We'll try the second clip. We'll see if the kids at home heard it too. That's over. That's the problem.
Stranger Things just ended. The year's over. Stranger Things just ended. But that doesn't matter. 2026, we're locked in. No drinking, no partying, and no hookups. God bless.
We're going to play the other one for Macey since she didn't get to hear it. We'll do that one too.
Hooked up with the girl last night while drunk at a party. Psych. You know me. You know I don't do that. Getting drunk at a party and getting with a girl is not cool, my guy. Lock in, bro. God bless.
So this is Owen.
I was shocked.
First of all, I just want to say that Owen claims that he is in undergrad. But I just
No.
Yes.
Okay. I was thinking he was like 7th grade.
Well, that's what I think too. And so I'm fascinated by him. And my sisters are like, you have to stop watching him. You're going to end up on a watch list. Like,
I'm confused. Is he for real?
I feel like Owen is for real. So I
Okay.
feel like he's like the Gen Alpha sort of like next wave of the Joe Rogans of it all.
Mhm.
And I'm fascinated by the fact that like one of his biggest things is he loves raw milk.
Okay.
So he does a lot of raw milk content. He does a lot of like, he'll make himself a plate of food, but he prepares his food always on a wooden cutting board. And it's always just like piles of steak, just piles of steak. Yeah. And so I don't know what this niche is, but
It's
people
you.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Like it is I don't know if I should say it's my kink because that really is going to get me on a watch list, but I can't stop watching him. And I don't know. There's something about the fact that like Owen is always telling us like, don't drink. Like he is what Dare wished it could be.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he kind of, I feel ready for 20 after watching him. I'm like, all right, let's lock in.
Right.
Let's go.
Yeah. I want more thoughts on your introduction to Owen.
I think what I think makes him interesting is that I can't tell if he's being real. So it's like he's either being really funny in this character or he's legitimately this character. Either way, it's really fun to watch because I feel like I would be trying to figure out. I think he's being genuine, but he's acting like to me, it seems like a character.
Yeah, I think both and my theory
Mhm.
is so like he kind of lives in like what looks like a shitty dorm room. And so like just so we are all on the same page, I am a totally normal person and it's actually totally fine the way in which I've researched Owen. But
Absolutely.
I think Owen goes to boarding school.
Okay.
So he kind of can cosplay that he is in college because it kind of looks like college. But like, I never really see tons of people around. He will film content just like sitting in a car that like, I'm like, I don't think that's your car.
Right.
Like he'll be like, hey guys, going to the gym. And I'm like, I remember like when you got to a certain age and your parents would let you like sit in the car by yourself.
Yes.
So you would like
in the front
sit
seat.
yeah. And like you'd be like, people probably think I can drive. And it's like, no one thinks you can fucking drive.
Yeah. Wow. But I also think about like, what do his peers think of him? You know, this is so normal now. Everyone's trying to be a content creator. I don't think there's much shame in it, but I do wonder like how he's probably not hooking up with girls because it's an all boy boarding school.
Right.
He's not even tempted.
I know. And so and also like, no, you shouldn't be drinking, Owen.
No one thinks you should. It's so funny too if he comes out after and he's like, I wasn't like he was actually just sleeping with the other boys.
Honestly, good for him. That's my heated rivalry.
Yeah.
But I think you bring up a really good point in that like the Gen Alpha, I don't know if he would be Gen Alpha or Gen Z, even if he's in 7th grade. Vienna can weigh in because she's got like, I don't know, she has kids. So she can tell me what it would be if he's even in 7th grade. But everybody wants to be a content creator now. And I will give him this. He's engaging.
No, he's very engaging and he looks really short too. Yeah. I don't mean to, but so I feel like he looks just kind of like he's sort of like a clean, Beans from Even Stevens.
Yes.
He's like a clean beefy Beans.
Yes. And if he is in 7th grade, what do you think, like, what do you think his parents know? Do you think they know?
No.
Okay.
Well, I guess I was assuming his parents were like my parents' age. They would be younger. So it's completely
Right.
possible that they have looked him up, and who knows, maybe they're like, he's making lots of money. He probably is. He's probably making a lot of money. And they're like, he's paying for his tuition. Part of his tuition or something. They might be super proud of it. I bet, you know what, that's what I think. This kid has parents who are really proud of him doing this, because also if he's talking about not drinking, not, hooking
Right.
up with girls, it's like it's content that his parents could be happy he's posting. So you know what, this is a family affair.
Yeah. Yeah. I always say the only thing scarier than a momager is actually a dadager.
A dadager, you'll die.
Yeah.
You will die. Amy Winehouse, Britney
Yes.
Spears isn't her soul.
Right.
But yeah.
But like, yeah, same thing. Vienna is wondering if we think that's his real name. I feel like Owen is a very like that kind of that generation name. So I think it is. I don't think he would be creative enough to change his name. But we'll keep an eye on him.
I want to know what happened, because he's gonna get something. He's gonna be. We're not done with him yet.
No, so we'll have to have you back. I'm gonna keep an eye on him.
Good.
Well, I think you are very wise, Macey. I always think you have great insight. You have great ideas, great thoughts, whatever. So I have a couple of. I went on the New York Times, the ethicist page.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to get those emails.
Yeah, they used to, like, I feel like this is what like Ann Landers has morphed into, is now it's like it's all ethical, right? So I've brought 2 questions that were recently submitted there, and I want you and I to kind of crack them open and give these people
Great.
So first one, I'm in my 60s and maintain a memorial page for my father on a well-known grave site locator. Last week, I discovered that someone linked my father to a woman listed as his first wife and to a recently deceased man listed as their son. I assumed these were errors, but after a genealogy search confirmed the marriage and divorce in the early 50s with supporting documents. There was never a word about any of this in my family. I am left wondering whether my half-brother ever tried to contact my father, why he kept our surname after his mother remarried, and what he was told about my father. My immediate issue is whether to take down the memorial page. There are 4 adult grandchildren in our family, and their warm memories of their grandfather would be permanently altered if they learned about this. They may discover it someday, but I don't have to make that easier. I also don't know whether my octogenarian mother is aware of any of this. If she isn't, learning about it would devastate her, perhaps as much as learning that I know or that this information is now publicly available. What do you think?
I love how I feel like the issue is, do I tell my family? But I love that I feel like it's like, should I alter the website? Don't worry about the website. Let's know. Like, okay, that can, don't worry about that right now. Let's talk about how your dad was lying to everyone.
Well, it also the fact that they're like, he's like, I maintain a memorial page for my father on a well-known grave locator site. Like, oh, the competition with those grave locator sites are I know of one grave locator site because I don't.
Is it called like Graver, like Grinder?
It's called. It should be. I know a very specific type of person who would find that to be their kink. But I think that, I think I'm like, are you more concerned about the website or about like the actual act of lying?
Because that's what I'm really concerned with. I don't really care about the website update. You can let that go for a little bit. I don't think I'd be able to sit on this information. I would want to tell. I need to tell everyone. I feel like it would just kill me if I knew this and other people. I also think like, I don't know. I think it's important to, this person was saying something about like grandkids it would alter. Yeah. Let it alter. This is the truth.
Right?
And I also think we have to wrestle with the gray area of like people are complicated and someone can be a really good person and still have this past and still, you know what I mean? Like, I think that that's a bigger issue. I think that's something more important for a child to learn. I don't know how old these grandkids are than like, oh, I had this angel of a grandpa.
Would it change it at all if I told you that the grandkid was Owen?
Oh my God. Well, then I say, tell him right away because he's about to lock in and he's going to find out his great uncle or his uncle or whatever the hell is going on. Because I would say absolutely tell Owen because he'll get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, exactly. Well, here's my quick thought. So he's like, oh, do I tell my mom? This is hot take. And
She knows.
I believe, yes.
I think she knows.
She knows.
She knows. That's the thing. I think this person needs to get over it. Like, no, I think she knows. She might not know about the child.
Right.
That's completely possible. Also, maybe the dad doesn't even know about the child, you know, or the grandpa maybe doesn't even know.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Also, what if this kid was a real dud?
Yeah. Totally.
What if your dad was protecting you from like just kind of like an asshole like maybe this guy was like a really active Reddit user and you know like maybe he was just like the worst person you would ever meet. And so your dad was just like, you know what? I'm gonna keep you away from my kids, my second family.
That's totally possible. I also just like that was more okay. It's not okay, but it was back then.
Well, that's one of the things that I think the internet has really stolen from us, not just the Alamo Draft House ordering system, is like the ability to have a secret family.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've never like been encountered by like, I've never really firsthand encountered a secret family, but if somebody tells me like, hey, do you want to know about like this family in Connecticut that had a secret family that I lived down the street from? I'm like, I'm Owen. I'm locking in, bro.
Yeah.
I want to know it.
Yeah, I haven't done. Have you done like a 23andMe or anything like that?
My sister did it, and I am here to tell you, just like everything, my family it's like as boring as fuck. Like every single person, I was like, yeah, that's not interesting. That's not like it was so lackluster. If anything, I was just like, oh, so we all have downturned eyes. Okay.
Yeah. I think I haven't done it, but I obviously no one ever fathomed that we'd get to the point where you'd be able to figure all of that out. And even just like I was thinking about like sperm donation and all that stuff. It's nothing's anonymous.
Yeah, that's a good point. And it's like if you're going to be like putting your dad's grave on the internet and also maintaining the website, I'm like, you know what? Why don't you go maintain your father's grave? I bet that could use a good scrub.
Absolutely. Plant a flower.
Right? I put up a photo of I was like making some jokes the other day and just put up a photo of my mom's grave for the bit, and somebody was like, you know, you should really go clean your mom's grave. Like it's okay.
Wait, for real?
Yes.
Like hose it down?
Yes. What do you want
Is
from
that
me?
our job? Isn't there a hoser downer there?
I think they come through a couple times a year. I just feel like knowing my mother, knowing the way she lived her life, the last thing she'd want me to do is spend money to come back to like, you know, I'd have to rent a car, fly.
No, she doesn't want you doing that.
Yeah, that feels like and she'd be like, for what? To hose this thing down? I'm dead.
My dad said something. So he just had quadruple bypass.
Oh
and
my gosh,
that's why I was in Austin, but he made it through and like it, but he's an interesting guy. And he was talking about, he decided he's going to be buried and not cremated, you know, cause he's had to go, and he's 83. So like he's been prepping. Yeah. He said he decided to be buried because he knows there's going to be a lot of people that want to piss on his grave and he wants to give them that opportunity. And I just think that is the kindest thing he's ever given to others. So I'm really excited for people to finally get that experience.
It's great because like, you know how like a lot of people like they'll leave something, a legacy. Your dad is
Mhm.
leaving a legacy. Come on down,
Absolutely.
just take a piss.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's why you got to maintain those grave websites.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
somebody's fucking on that grave. Well, I've got one more question uh for you. I have one more. This one's a little easier, I think. I am a member of a lovely, well-established book group of very thoughtful, well-read women.
Mm.
Recently, I've become aware that one woman whom I occasionally see outside of the group often doesn't read the books, but instead relies on reading online reviews. She then speaks with great authority at the meetings as though those are her personal opinions without crediting the source and without admitting that she didn't read the book. She never says anything to the other members. I sit there steaming. What would you do?
Get a life.
Right? Fucking move on.
Move on. That's so funny that this person clearly just wants community because they don't
Yeah.
care about reading or the book. They just want to hang out. So, can you just let them hang out?
I just don't see what the big fucking deal is.
It's kind of silly. It's like if you're going to be in a book club and you're choosing to be in a book club, yeah, you should read the book.
Sure.
But especially but of course it'll happen where I didn't get to read this week or whatever, but it's like she never reads the book. I mean, this is kind of like a Seinfeld episode.
Yes, it's very Breakfast at Tiffany's with George and the, like, but like at the same time, it's like, okay, so here are your options. You can continue having this happen where it's like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like anybody's getting hurt. Or you can kill the vibe of the book club and I don't know. How are you going to communicate this? You're going to side text everyone? Because here's the thing. You side text everyone, you're about to find out that you're the least popular person in the book club.
Absolutely. You're about to find out how so many people also don't read the book.
Right. And also the fact that I love that it's a well-established, thoughtful group of well-read women.
I don't like that.
No.
Mm-mm.
Guess what? I think you're the person in the group that everybody side texts about.
I think so too. And I get it if from this person's perspective, there's always one person that's throwing off the vibe.
Right.
So, okay, start a different one. Bring only the ones that you really feel are well and thoughtful.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever. Well, whatever she said.
Form your own. See, this is very Texas of Macey. She's like, you know what? Just going to do your own thing. We're just going to succeed.
Absolutely. You have everything you need to do that.
I do think, like, living in LA, you and I both encounter our fair share probably of grifters, of people who, we're like, that's not exactly true. But there's something like if you can be happy enough and good enough in yourself, there's something about a good grifter liar that, like, when I hear them going, I'm like, I don't fucking care that nobody else knows. Like, I know it's a lie. And the best thing about somebody like that is it always comes out.
Yes. It's also so entertaining, I think. Like, I love it when I catch, or like, I'm just thinking about high school when somebody's like, I did the homework, but then they're coming up with this like elaborate, it's so fun. And that's the other thing. Why don't you say something to this person? Like, make a little joke like, oh, that's what ChatGPT said about it or something.
Yes. I think you should make them like a scrapbook of the actual like reviews of books that you can like find where they're pulling them from and then give it to them in advance. Be like, hey, here's the books for the year. Here are the reviews. So you can already have them. And
that's
it's
so funny.
Right?
This person clearly has the time to do that if they're writing into the ethicist. So just go ahead and do that.
Like this, to me, this just tells me you don't have a friend that you could run this by who would just tone check you and go, you know what? You can let that one go. Well, see, where can our friends find you? What shows do you have coming up?
I actually have one in Texas. If anyone's in there, in Lakeway, which is outside of Austin, it's all on my website and everything. February 28th. And then I've got some shows around LA up until then. I try to update my website with that. So you can go to my website, which is just MaceyIsaacs.com. The spelling is tricky for both names, but you've got. And then at Macey Isaacs on Instagram. Those are the big two.
Well, folks, she's very funny. We'll have to have her back.
Please
check out her new podcast or new. What would that be like? New and improved.
Yeah,
sure. You guys come back on Friday. Yeah, Friday. We have a fantastic guest on Friday. I'm gonna say not as fantastic as Macey, but then it's like, oh, that probably shouldn't say that. But we have Representative Summer Lee from Pittsburgh coming in. Well, she's been really
I would say that's maybe more.
Well, I mean, you're also very in with the Epstein files in other ways.
In other ways, yeah. I'm in it.
Yeah. But you guys, we'll be back real soon, and everybody have a great day.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming.